You're now live. That's what it says. Do you see me on there? And now the laptop is working.
Come on, laptop.
Come on, Jesus. Ooh, Blooming Concrete has started a live video. I see it.
Okay, well, you did Blooming. All right, let me go to Blooming. I'm like, Shic.
Boy, we're trying to get to the masses.
Yeah. Blooming. Live. I see you live.
See me? Oh, look at the people. Hey, I never did this before. Look at the... Ah. Y'all, I love you too. Hey. You better be doing work, because you're a little lazy, but at the house, playing the games, flashing dollars and stuff. You better be doing your work. Am I on? Hi. So me and Derek are setting up for the Q&A, and we was kind of clowning, and so I figured, hey, Pooh, I love you. So I figured that we would just start. Hey, I'm on. I figured we would just start now. And then maybe take it over to Facebook. Come on, baby, with the passing grades. That's my baby.
Oh, that's what's up.
I know D's is passing, though. So let's hope you on the upswing of the passing. So I'm trying to get the laptop situated.
What?
Do you remember last time when I had my first Wordz with Frenz and you couldn't be there?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I do.
And now this is like
Yeah.
starting all over. Like you
Fresh.
get another
You know,
chance.
Hey, listen.
Look at my friend.
You know what? Go ahead and sing that.
Hey, bro! Janae. So, I think I was saying, I'm trying to get Facebook Live up on the computer. So I figured that I would try this out and see how this goes. Because at 7 o'clock, which is in 7 minutes, friend, we are going to start a Q&A where...
7 or 7:30?
What the time did you say?
I said 7:30. We can do 7.
Oh, I done told the people 7.
We're gonna go to 7. We're gonna rock out at 7.
Oh, well, we got to start at 7 because that's what I told. Okay.
Just the people be reminded I'm be getting up to turn off the turkey wings and stuff.
Right, because my friend is... Hold on, how you turn it? Can you turn the... So this is my friend's new house, right? This is my friend's new house. My friend bought a whole house, right? And so we are here at my friend's new house. Give him a little bit. Give him a little bit. So we...
Listen, this is COVID.
That's all right. Everybody look like this. All right. So this is my friend's new house, and he is making us some turkey wings.
Some sides. We gonna have sides too.
For dinner while we set up. So I guess I'll just leave it here and just let it go. Shoot. While we figure this. I need your... So this is how this whole thing started, right? I'm asking him for his internet and password. He sends me a picture.
I tell the truth. I told her I don't know nothing about
He sends me a picture of the numbers on the back of the actual Comcast thing. He's never is that a thing? Like, is it a thing to not change your Wi-Fi password when you move into a new home? You just keep it
wait, you can change the password?
And the username to like say it's your house.
I don't want the people to know that. You get hackers that way. Next thing I know, somebody in my bank account. I don't want none of that.
Okay.
Nah, just keep me anonymous as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep you anonymous as possible. Oh, friend. Ding ding. This is how we do both.
What happened? We can do. You keep the live going here.
Or for us doing
and
that.
And Facebook hit. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Teamwork make the dream work.
Every time. Yeah. All right, so we gotta wave at your neck. Oh, so what I was saying was he never changed it, and to something more recognizable, so that he can tell people when they come to his house, when they say, "What's the Wi-Fi?" We're not expecting the serial number on the back of the router. We are actually expecting the revised version that says.
That ain't happening.
Do you know how many numbers I have to type in?
I can find it easily. I'll type it in for you.
I do, actually. I do need you to type it because, you know, for the password, how many numbers it be? You know it by heart?
Nope. Don't you worry. Just show me where to go. I'll add it in there.
Okay, let's see. Internet, Google. What am I doing? Oh, password.
It's a nice laptop. Where you get this from?
QVC,
Okay.
where I can make payments. Shit.
I ain't mad at you.
I surely did. Be hard out here.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, this is not right, D. All I needed to do is go here. I'm doing the most. This is yours.
Yep.
Look at me remembering it. I just fussed at you about it. Now, the password, however.
There it is. Let me see which one.
All them numbers.
That's okay. I got you.
Why they couldn't give you an easier one like this?
Because that's how the hackers get into your stuff.
So what you're saying is don't change the password.
Nope. I'm going to leave it just like that.
For
If I have a
password
problem, call
protection.
Verizon expeditiously.
We need to set this up so this could. We need to stay in a shot, huh? Do we? Forget, that's too much thinking. All right, so we good.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What is it? What am I doing? Something wrong?
I think you're going on the internet now, bro.
I was trying to, but why can't I get rid of this? Why is every pop-up staying up? That's why we need people that are not really technology savvy. You know why? Because only people that remembers how to use Microsoft in high school and nothing past that would know to go to close. That X means close. I would have never thought of that. To go in and hit a drop down? Like, it never crossed my mind. Yeah, the thought never crossed my mind. If it ain't working on the X, then we ain't doing this.
Yeah, we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it.
How did you do that?
It's somebody named Jesus. Trying to tell you.
I'm sorry.
Look,
it's the sweetest thing I know.
We childish.
Oh. Can't turn around.
Hey.
We come this far.
Hey. By faith. Go ahead with the solo.
Hey, how do we get into that?
IDK. Letting the spirit use us tonight.
You come on.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm with you.
Do you remember that time we was Outback?
What happened?
Oh, I know. I gotta specify.
Yeah, I'm about to say, which time? Which time?
You remember that time where I was crying and we went to see your cousins over at Jasper's?
Yeah.
And we were talking about working together. And you said that you did not want to. You said, I don't want to work for you, friend. You said, you were so disrespectful. You were so disrespectful. You said, I don't want to work for you. So, with your little company.
Yeah, stop. I did not say
that. That's what you meant.
No, I didn't. Since I've been talking to Shic. Okay, then you good? Okay. Alright, then I'll put you later. Alright. Sarita said.
Hi, Sarita. Should this be up here or down here? So, back to the story.
Yes.
You said you did not want to work for me because you just want to stay best friends because you don't want to listen to me.
Yeah, I can't take directives from you. I cannot. I refuse. It's all good.
What if this is about to be us working together anyway?
I'm a director and you're a director. It's our complete partnership. There's no, you're the boss and I'm the subordinate.
Why not?
Because I'm going to quit. What? Cashing out my 401k and everything.
No.
Yo.
No. No. What I'm trying to say is, do you really... I can stand you. What I'm trying to say, you remember we was talking about what Blooming and Concrete was going to be?
Yeah.
And we was like throwing all these things. Huh?
Getting your shot.
Oh, shoot.
Are you talking to the people? Are they saying anything?
Oh, see, this is why I need a director.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But not a subordinate.
Not a subordinate. A partner.
Okay. That's why we got to be in the shot together. Lord.
Oh, my God, some This is communion wine. All right? Jesus wept. Let's go with it.
Wait. How do we? Okay. Oh, we late. It's 7:03 and we not even on here. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Who is on here? It's two people. Did they tell you the people? Hold on. All right. Oh, friend request. Oh, people trying to swerve with the kid on Facebook. Okay, how do you go live?
Oh, you on Facebook right now? Okay. Did you accept everybody that wanted to
It was only one.
Oh.
I did make it look like it was a lot though, right?
Yeah.
In my heart, I felt I wanted it to be, but it's okay. Wait a minute, let me make sure I gotta check them. Yeah, no, okay. So, how do you get to go live? How do you go live on Facebook, y'all?
Probably go to your profile.
This is like, oh no, this is my newsfeed.
Oh, live videos.
Who misses that?
Me.
Wait a minute. Now we got wet. I'm gonna need another one of those.
Yeah, I got you.
Please. Okay, maybe I can go back to that. It was in red and everything.
Yeah. I've never seen the profile.
Me either. Oh, and it could be the settings on my computer because I have them dark.
Okay.
So it may just, the whole interface may look different. Live producer combines all the features from previous one. Clean interface, simple ways to make it live.
Nice. Police camera.
Mom, where does it say that?
It says
Right here in the
live.
corner.
Yeah.
So look, y'all, we are Look at the universe done chose the background for us.
Right, we was trying to figure it out. All right, yeah.
So this is IG Live. IG Live, we are going live on Facebook right now. What is this countdown thingy?
Y'all forgive me. This is COVID going on outside, so I'm just looking like everything, but it's all right.
He looks cute as always.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, fam.
Okay.
All right, so how you know when people watching though?
I don't know. Oh.
What happened?
Population is happening. You see how the numbers came up?
So, pardon us, we don't know how to do all this stuff technically yet.
Who doesn't have a run through
Well, you
the day before?
Oh, look, now somebody watching.
Oh, one person. Who? How do we check to see who that is?
3 people.
From 1 to 3.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we don't be vain
What's this
and check to see who it
Instagram? This
is.
site has been updated in the background. Y'all bear with us. We trying to figure this out as we go along.
Okay.
Hope everybody having a happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Did the Redskins win?
No. I don't think so. Let me see. No, they did not. I was watching that game earlier.
Oh, well, it might not be the happiest of Sundays.
Yeah, not for them.
Did y'all win?
We're still playing.
Oh, the Cowboys are still playing. Okay. So, oh my God, the thing is spinning, so I don't know what this. We got a first comment.
Oh, what's that say? Hey, lady, I love you. I'm so proud of you. Oh.
Hey,
What's up, dog?
Antoine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ricardo is.
Oh, sorry. All right, so we decided, should we sit
Yeah, we can.
like in 60-minute style?
We can. We gonna do this. Let's see. We both in the.
Oh, I gotta turn. Should I look at you or should I look at the people?
We gonna do this. We gonna do it both. I don't know how. Look, get it set up the right way.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So since you decided that we was doing this, you go.
All right. So what's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having or had a great weekend. Tomorrow's a holiday. Got my sis here. For a long time, she's been trying to brand and build her company, Blooming and Concrete. Can you explain to the people what Blooming and Concrete is? Or?
I actually have no idea what Blooming and Concrete is.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a matter of, because I have. It is an LLC.
It's a train wreck already.
It's an LLC. That's what it is.
Go for it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Let's start there. All right.
But I had so many ideas for this company since I've been trying to establish it. I can't stick to one thing. And I'm finding more than not that has my personality. I can't stick to one thing, right?
Right.
So it's been business consulting, it's been tutoring, it has been I wanted to be A&R. It has been me writing a book. It honestly has evolved with my life experience. Honestly, that'll preach. Hold on.
Let me get you one. Oh, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
My company has kind of evolved with my journey, right? I can't stick to one thing. And so I guess this is a good place to start, right? Because since I was a little kid, I've been able to do a lot of different stuff, right? And so I've had
Communion.
in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So I had talents, like I could do this or I can do this. And so like when you in college and you're supposed to choose a major and a person is like, oh, I can do this and I can do this, I didn't know where I belong.
Right.
Like my whole life, I never really knew where I fit in because I could do that and I can do that, or that's fine and this is cute. Like, so I never really, because I was always a generalist, in my opinion, is what it felt like, I couldn't narrow in. And so that's when they say to you, you're a jack of all trades but master of none.
Right.
Right?
General studies.
Right?
Yeah.
But what that did was make me think that all I heard was the master of none part. And so you gotta watch Wordz, because Master of None to me started to feel like I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can do so many things that I can't seem to focus in on one thing, right? And so the culture that raised me told me that was a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you can't focus on one thing. You should be able to kind of laser focus on this and that's it, drown everything else out. And that was never me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm realizing now through my journey and through the things that I've been through that, one, I have extreme anxiety, and so that's me.
And the one thing people don't understand is that, especially in our culture, mental health is very important. It's just as important as your physical health or going to the dentist. And a lot of people take the mental health part for granted. Like the way we were taught up in the black community, you take everything to God and pray.
Right.
The Lord put these people on the earth with this knowledge to help us deal with things like depression, anxiety. So I'm glad that you mentioned anxiety because a lot of people deal with it. Me too.
Right.
I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, but I didn't know
Me
that
too.
until I started seeing a therapist.
Right.
Yeah.
But even deeper than that was, I understand now that I have ADD, ADHD, 80 something.
It's something,
right?
one of them things.
One of them A's that
Yeah.
end with the D.
Mhm.
That's me.
Okay.
Right? My brain, I'm always on a bunch of different things. And like, if you call me, we can have a conversation and I pour everything that I am into that conversation. But then when I'm done, like I'm on to something else.
Yeah.
Like I'm really thinking of something else.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until I watched my son be that way.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody kept saying,
Shout out to Kai.
I love you, Stinkeroo. Everybody kept saying he's got so much energy, he's so this, that, and the third, and he's flipping off of this and he's jumping off of that, and and so a family member said to me, I think he needs to get tested.
Because of being a kid?
So it just made me think even more about what we do to kids and what we place on kids, because what my response to her as a mother was, he's 5.
Right.
He's a boy. I want him to have that type of energy because that's going to create some stuff at some point. But so what it said to me is that he's making me uncomfortable because he's moving too much. He's all these different places, and so I want to do something to sit him still to make me comfortable.
Gotcha.
And as his mom, I'm like, that's not what we do. He's, you know what I mean? He's more than fine. I said he's got energy. Just let him experience it. So what I started to see when I looked at my son was me. That's how I am in my brain.
Yeah, I get it.
On the inward, I'm all.
Yeah.
But it looks good professionally because I can multitask. I can do this, that, and the third. I can handle life. I can handle my friends. I can handle job. I can, you know what I mean? I'm all over the place. But when the outward sign of that energy comes across very, very different, right? And so I'm looking at him, my son, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my son. But then that made me think about myself. There's nothing wrong with me either.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's a blessing to be a jack of all trades and master of none.
True.
Because then they equally get my energy.
Yeah. I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Comments. What you got?
Hey lady, I'm so proud of you. What up, y'all? You must be a Gemini. Nah, I'm sad.
We Sagittarius. We 3 days apart.
Hey,
December 3rd,
We
December 2nd. What up, Charlotte? What up, babes?
And we usually celebrate
Our
our birthdays
birthdays. So we're going to do it this year, too. High five.
Oh, let's have sneaker ball.
Okay, we can't have a ball, though, because COVID is still outside.
Damn.
You know there's capacity limits. It's all right. But anyway, what I was going to talk about...
That's a cute idea, though.
It is. We're gonna still make it happen.
Okay.
It's funny when I was asking about Blooming in Concrete, because one thing that y'all may not know about Shic, she wanted to be a life coach.
That too.
At one point, and that was something that she was very heavily involving herself in regards to, how to help people. She's always been a teacher. She's always been a mentor. So that's something that naturally came to her. And it kind of segues into...
Yeah, one of them. I had one.
What
I'm
happened?
sorry, go. This is IG.
It segues into, the discussion for the night because, you know, being a life coach, you really have to go through something to actually have experience to actually articulate some things to people. What you doing right now?
I was just responding to sneaker ball. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like ball gowns and sneaks? And I didn't get to have a.
Go ahead.
Because I didn't get to have a 40th birthday.
Okay, so we're gonna have a sneaker ball.
Okay, sneaker ball it is.
We just gonna have to have it virtually, I guess. Something where we can have a certain amount of people, and then the rest virtually. We can't have a big party like before.
That hurt my heart.
It's gonna hurt us if we get it on that respirator too. I'm not fucking with you.
You're right, Cope. You're right.
Yeah, they ain't even got no shot.
Breathing like Donald Trump. Remember how
and we ain't even obese. Yeah.
He looked like he was about to die.
No, we ain't gonna do that. All right.
We gotta. Okay, how do I get
So I'm going to the you wanna stop the questions? We just gonna be open and honest and vulnerable.
That's.
You ready?
I'm trying to set this up.
Listen.
Jesus. Am I in the shot? How do you do this? Okay, hold on. Okay, so we definitely should have did a test run of this, but we weren't. I didn't plan on. Boom. I didn't plan on going live on IG.
Is the dishwasher stop ringing? Okay, nah. I just want to make sure
That's gonna be all right. So okay. So I just thought about it. Like, let's do it on IG
and Facebook
at
the same time.
So first of all, we just came up with the idea of actually materializing this yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. When did we do this?
The initial conversation started, I want to say in Dallas last year. In Dallas last year. She came to me to a conference called Blacks in Government. During that whole conference, she was
Shout out to Joanne Nancy. I love you.
Yeah. She was actually materializing the company while she was there in Dallas with me. You started putting the information, the application for the LLC,
right.
All that stuff. You did that the whole week we were there. She just took advantage of the fact that she was around a bunch of professional black people and she was networking.
Remember they thought I was supposed to be there?
Yeah. And let me tell you something. This is how crazy it is. So she flew out with me on my business trip and stayed at the hotel or whatever with me. But like she got in all the conferences with me because I had a hookup.
Wait, I think I still have I swear, I took the picture in my Google
and
photos.
You remember I cussed you out because you had more access than I did?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I had the badge that said something.
Yeah,
like,
all access. All access.
I don't know how, that was the Lord. That wasn't nobody but the Lord.
Shout out to Renita for that one.
So bless you, Renita. I thoroughly enjoyed, I thoroughly enjoyed Big, and when I went as a businesswoman. You're right. I went to learn because I'm a teacher. Well, I've been a teacher by trade, by career, up until I got fired on the last day of school last year. That's a whole nother conversation. But when I got fired, I went to Big. I said I got to start my own company. Like I don't know what else to do. But I was like, I have a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to find a company, and that was the thing, like narrowing it down.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to Big to gain and glean as much knowledge about business as I could, because I don't know anything about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was a teacher for 15 years. I don't know nothing about starting a business. Yeah. So I was like, well, blacks in government, like they got to know something about something. Shoot, I ain't know what.
Yeah.
Look, but all I knew is I was supposed to be there, right? I just felt like something was drawing me to there. And we went, and that's when we met Miss Yancey. And man, the company has been evolving since then.
Yeah. And what's so crazy, this was the second Big that you came with me with, because the first Big was in Vegas in 2014. Mm-hmm. And two of my friends that she was met, shout out to Siobhan and Aisha, have been garnered her own personal relationship with them. So, just give a little backstory to that. But that's how Blooming and Concrete actually got its footing and stepped out there. And then that's when you started branding it and putting the social media presence out there, X, Y, and Z.
And so, what I learned from that is that when I started doing my work with mental health, and we'll talk about that, but the more confident I became in myself, instead of looking at the fact, it was like I changed my filter. My filter was different because instead of now, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, I'm like, damn, I got my skill set is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that means, why not make a source of income from every single one of those skills?
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm a mogul.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, shoot, I can do this, turn this into a company. I like fashion. I like to style people. I like to style events. I like to style homes, decorating, turn it into a company, right? Yeah. Then, shoot, I know a little bit about music. When I was locked up, it still sounds crazy to me, but when I was away, there was a girl, Erica Mendez, she's amazing, and I was helping her write her music, and I could hear, yes, like it's something about being in isolation like that makes you more creative, because we put together some pretty cool stuff, and I don't know, so that's an income stream. So instead of, now, look, the way I see myself now, instead of saying that I'm good at a lot of things, that means I suck at nothing, which was my mindset before, because that was the way I was conditioned to think. Now it's, man, this is a plus. And because I'm grateful for it, it's a plus. And so what can I do with that? Get paid. Instead of people telling me that I'm not good at something.
I did it. All right, well, let's go into the locked up thing. That was the purpose of this tonight. So, everybody has saw the video that I've shared yesterday. We actually had recorded that back in August. My sis wanted to just relive the moment. She wanted to tell her side of the story. So she was given the opportunity. We went back to one of our spots that we love. Shout out to the Hawaii Ribeye.
Right.
But they
want the whole name. Damn, you weren't supposed to bust out the whole name, because when you gotta get famous first, and then you start dropping names, then they pay you for it.
Oh, okay.
I learned that.
Well, let's edit that part out. Well, no, we can't go live, right?
Oh shit.
Dang. See, that's why we should have just did this recording. It's all good. Wilmot, you give me a free steak. Give us a free steak.
You owe us something. We put you on. You are first.
Yeah.
Endorsement.
Yeah. So
that's probably worth more.
Right. So the whole time, our plan was to just go through the night and just let her relive this experience so she could tell it from her voice versus you hearing it from MSNBC, Fox 5, CBS. Give her the opportunity to talk about it. So I asked people to send me some questions. So I have some questions, and she's going to answer them candidly, and just be open and honest. So she doesn't know the questions, and I'm just going to ask them. If you all want to ask questions while she's answering them, we'll be scrolling through the comment section so that we can make sure that your questions are
Woodmont.
Who did what? Oh,
Joe said he loves Woodmont.
Yeah, Joe. We gotta hit that too.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, all three of us.
You hear that? That's the sound of the price going up. Okay, go.
Look, I'm talking about, All right, so we're going to start here. I'm just going to ask them in random order. All right, so based on the experience that happened back in November of 2019, one question based on what you said in the video yesterday. The first one is, what was the reaction from the little girl when all of this is happening, especially once her grandfather went down, and the movement throughout the store while hand in hand? Take a moment to breathe if you need to.
So when I grabbed her, I held her. Like at first I took her by the hand, but then when I grabbed her, I held her. And I said, I'm a superhero, it's okay. Right? Because I'm trained. I know how to deal with kids, and I know what's going to be most effective, So, shoot, it's always a superhero, and they always look different. So shoot, you knock it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I could be one, right? So, when I said that to her, she calmed. It was instant relief.
Okay.
And then I put her down and walked where we were walking hand in hand. She was scared, and she said, "Where's Grandpa been? Where's Grandpa been?" And but when I had her when we were in the store, I wasn't hovering over her. I was just kind of like guiding her, like if we were in the line at the cafeteria.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was kind of guiding her. So she was scared, but I remember her saying to the officer, "I think she was trying to help me."
Oh.
Right?
She got it.
So she got it, right? So, and when they were arresting me, I asked the police officer, I said, "Could you take me over here so that she won't see you put me in cuffs?" Because I didn't want her to feel like my superhero is not really you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and she was respectful about that. We moved over behind one of the clothes racks before she put me in handcuffs. So I'm never gonna forget that. The fear at first, because that's a scary thing. But also I do felt like she then felt safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another question that came in, and check the comments too in case anybody else is asking a follow-up question to anything. So if y'all have a follow-up question, feel free to chime it in. The other part was, I know you said you don't regret it, especially based on really feeling like you were helping to keep a little girl out of danger. But is there any remorse for the grandfather and what the little girl had to see, being as though the intentions were pure but happened to be incorrect?
Right. Honestly, I'm not certain about how I feel about the grandfather, to be completely honest. Because that's hard. Because my mind state said that he was a man that was trying to hurt a little girl, right? And he was a white man that was trying to hurt a little girl, right? So that was my mode of operation. That's what I was coming from. This white man is trying to hurt this little girl. You know what I'm saying? Part of that is conditioning. You made me this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw that. And immediately, a switch went off for me. And I didn't see this as a grandfather and a child sharing an intimate moment, enjoying each other's company, in the evening. I didn't see it as anything good. I immediately saw that struck me as danger. It was dark. He was a white man. You know what I mean? Like, this kid is in trouble. They sell kids. This is what's going through my mind. Do you know that they are really out here kidnapping our babies and selling their organs? And this old white man, in my mind, fit the profile. Because who doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, do I have remorse for the grandfather? If I'm wrong, if he's never touched that little girl, I don't know. I felt something was wrong. If he don't have anything that he would ask God for forgiveness for, I apologize. I'm sorry. Because then I had it all wrong. And then, yes, there's my remorse. My remorse goes into I wrongly accused this guy and this stranger, but at the same time, that's what this environment dictates. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. The remorse I feel for the child, overwhelming. because she's a child. You know what I mean? And so that's what hurt me most. Even, I mean, at my final hearing, it was Zoom, so, you know, the family was there, everybody was, you know, and I was just crying. Like, I literally sobbed through half of the thing, thinking about the little girl. And all I could keep saying was, I thought I was helping. You know, I thought I was helping. Even today, when that was a psychotic break. We'll talk about that. But even today, after I've done all of this trauma work, I still feel like I was helping. So I don't know whether that's a plain yes or no or black or white, but that's what it is.
So, like I said, thank you for that. Is that we're gonna keep these random. Now you said your hearing. So of course COVID happened and shut the whole world down. So the conditions of you getting out, was it a hearing or was it a plea? What
I had to take a plea.
And was that based on because of the public defender? Explain that whole thing. Like, so how did that work?
So, okay. So once I came to, and my lawyer explained the defense to me that I was going to be filing not criminally responsible. So what that is your crime is a result of a mental situation, circumstance, right? Mental health circumstance. And so that was my plea. And that was that was what the prosecutor was on board with. That's where we were. You know, you did this, but because of your mental state, you weren't criminally responsible, so we can't punish you via the court system, but we will have you in our mental health system, and I was going to have to go that route. The incident happened November 19th. My court date was supposed to be the following March. And because of COVID, everything shut down, so I didn't have a court date. So then they pushed it back 3 weeks. And then it was like they pushed it back here. Now this whole time, I'm sitting in jail because of a known mental health crisis. But the system says, until I've had that final thing, we know you're not a criminal. We know we shouldn't be treating you like a criminal right now because both sides have decided that this wasn't a criminal act, right? But because of the pre-existing system, I'm gonna need you to sit tight.
And they keep denying your bond.
Oh my gosh. It was like all of this was so crazy because it seemed so open and shut, cut and dry. Like she's 39 years old. She's been a teacher for 15 years. She's never been in trouble. She doesn't have a criminal record. She lives in that neighborhood of downtown Bethesda in the high rise, driving the Land Rover. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not a criminal, right? I'm thinking that has to be how this is going down, and then you're going to give me bond, and I'm going to be able to go home with my children and recoup and figure this out until I go to court in March. I was denied 3 times for bond.
That's crazy.
3 times denied. Like, based on what? And then it was based on you being a mental health risk to the community.
That's crazy.
So knowing that, I wasn't immediately transferred to somewhere that can help me with mental health, right? It was you're a monster, you in here because we think you got a mental health issue. Now, at this time, I had not really even talked to my lawyer. Nobody knew my story. They don't know. Nobody knew what happened other than my lawyer. So I felt like, well, if y'all knew, like, if you know this is a mental health thing, can I write down what happened? Like, you know what I mean? Because if y'all are both on the same side and understanding that this is a situation, why aren't we making any changes to say that let's not treat her like a criminal?
Right.
But that didn't happen. So It's pushed back, and then it's pushed back, and then it's pushed back, and then it's February of 2021.
Of when the new
is with the new
projected.
the projected court date was February 2021. So you mean to tell me that I had to sit in jail till potentially February, because we still don't know. Right? So potentially February 2021 for you to take a plea that says that you're not criminally responsible, and then I was like, this is not really happening. Like, you already know what's... So, I couldn't do that. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, the first couple months was all right. I ain't gonna lie. This petty, but look, the first couple months, I ain't had to, like, take nobody to school. I didn't have to worry about being a this and a that to a him or a her. It was just me. It was just me and God, and that's it. And I was so grateful for it, because it was no noise. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to be a this and a that and a this, and it was none of that. And so I was like, so at first, when they was talking about March, I was like, man, March is a long time. I'm ready to go. But then I started settling in, and I was like, this March thing is going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting me some me time. I was reading, I was studying, I was praying, I was meditating. I feel like I was levitating. Like, I was so connected with Source, so connected to God, because that's all that you had the time in there to do, right? I didn't want to leave at first, because I was enjoying myself. And then...
You was enjoying yourself?
I was, because I'm a nerd. And so you let me loose. I don't have to watch the kids or cook or clean for nobody, and I can just study.
Yeah.
And I'm in there literally studying, taking notes. Like, I have so many notebooks with so many notes. I started writing my autobiography, because that was part of what we had to do while we were in there. And I started doing a healing work from there. I had a trauma therapist while I was in there. I was getting better, and I was feeling better mentally, emotionally. It was a complete breakdown, and I was building myself back up, and it felt good, because I was now learning to validate myself.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so all up until this point, nobody had ever really validated me that mattered.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that I was good. And so this was the rebuilding of me. Like, I feel like when I saved that little girl, I was really saving myself from that young. Because it was at that time for me that things were happening in my life that were, somebody should have saved me from some man.
I can dig it. You probably got to scroll up, because I saw the thing flipping a couple times. No, the other way.
Okay. Questions. The system's not set up this way. I know. Oh, they just talking about how the system is not cool. Like, true, it was tough. So yeah. Then it was like, okay, I miss my kids though. So around like March, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
Like,
it's over now.
Yeah. I was like conditioning myself till March, and enjoying it, taking the time, and just acceptance, and living in the moment and being in the present. And so I was like, I accepted till March though.
Yeah.
What's up? These jokers talk about October, and then it was this, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, now I want to go home.
Yeah.
Now I need to be with my children. Like, okay, woosah, that part's over.
Yeah.
Lord, I need to be with my children. They're not in school. They doing some virtual school thing. How's that about to work? So then my teacher hat is like, my administrative hat is like, all of these holes are gonna be like, my kids are having these holes too. Like, that blew my mind. So I needed to get home, and I'm like, I can do it. I'm a teacher. I can do it. And so then everything changed. Everything shifted, because now I'm desperate. Now I'm in a panic. Now I'm depressed. Like, now, like, real life is kicking in.
Yeah.
Because now I don't want to be there. And for the first time, I felt like a prisoner. right? Because not only was that happening, but it happened because of COVID. And when y'all were quarantined at the house, we were quarantined in ourselves.
Okay.
So I'm in a cell.
So now it's completely dark. You can't see nobody.
Well, it's not dark. It's not like it was.
I'm not saying
I
dark,
wish.
the lights out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was about to say, I
yeah.
wish they would cut. I couldn't wait to sleep in the dark when I got home. They never cut the lights off.
Oh, so you had to sleep and the lights on all day?
Yeah.
I mean, like all night?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yes.
They
Right.
With the eye mask or something? Like,
No. Oh, I made one. You get real.
Yeah.
So let me tell you real quick. I made an eye mask, but with a sock. I had bought a sock off the commissary, the long ones for the men, right? And I tied that around.
I'm trying to tell you.
You had to make do, right? So, Shucks, what were we just talking about?
See, this is how we segue and then we forget.
Every time. Somebody tell us what we was talking about. Did I answer the question?
I think you did. Let me see.
I apologize if you answered this in another video. I didn't see it, but was it something the granddad was doing specifically? No. He was just being a white man in America. Like, he wasn't doing anything. His presence, in my mind, his very presence just meeting with that other white man in the diner in the Navy, like two white men conspiring, that very presence was like, something's wrong. He didn't irk or jerk or nothing. It was just, that's what I see, you know. But yeah, so that was that. I hope I answered it. Hey Kelly. Kaylee's Marie. Okay. So so y'all tell me if I didn't answer the question.
Let me take these wings out there. Excuse me, y'all.
Yes, I was getting Jackie. I was definitely getting the help. You said you're taking a smoke break?
No. Listen.
Edit.
Who goes live? I don't even smoke.
I don't even smoke. What am I thinking? Kelly, you were ready to go home and be with your kids. That's right. I was ready to go home and be with my kids. Getting back to your kids was getting back home to your kids. Yes, that's what I was talking about. That's when it became unbearable. Like, when I was trying to get back, when it was time for me to get back home, that's when it felt like I was a prisoner, because I was there now, I'm there against my will, and progress is stalling. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Progress was kind of stalling, but what was happening was I had been getting poured into, right? And so I was like, all right, I'm ready to go now because I know some new stuff, right? So I'm ready to take this out into the world and use these new tools that I got, right? And so then the Lord said, not so. He's left me there. And then that's when I got to know myself. That's when it was like the other Shica, that layers of Shica came out. You know, that's when this chick tried me, right? And so, y'all, somebody tried me, right?
What you mean, like trying to fight you?
No, her mouth, right? Her mouth was trying me.
Okay.
And
you know, you don't do good with that.
I don't do good, and she was a white girl, and I just felt like she was like extra privileged, and to watch somebody be treated as privileged in jail was like beyond anything I could comprehend. We all in jail, and you mean to tell me she'll step up?
Yeah.
But we all criminals, and I'm the one in here for mental health. I'm the least criminal in here, but she get treated better than me because she white. So I didn't like her too much. Taylor, I love her now though. I've come to love you, baby, and that's for real. Because you taught me so much. So it was, she said something slick, I don't remember the whole thing, but she jumped out there, and I had to buck back. And when it was over, I went to my cell, I locked myself in, and I cried. Because I was like, yo, like, I didn't know she was there anymore. Like, why did you just get so angry? Like, why? You was getting ready to tear that girl's head off. What happened there?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, yo, where you been hiding her? You know what I mean? I thought I was past that. You know, I ain't rumbled nobody in years. You used to call me. You called me a few nights like, friend, I'm at the bar and this girl's talking slick. And I told her I'd call my sister. And I would be like, next time call me when it first starts. Don't call me from the parking lot after it's over because I'm ready, right? I'm ready.
Yeah. That was younger days. That was younger days.
Because the last time you called me, you had the same, you always have the same script. You stick to the script every time. So it's the same story. And you was like, what the fuck? I told him I got my sizzle phone. You know you are lit, right? So I said, friend, don't be getting yourself in no trouble out there because I got 3 kids.
I remember. That was years ago. Mom, I know Mom's probably watching this. I promise, Mom, that was years ago, back in the day when we had some nights where too inebriated. But I promise, I'm not getting my sister in no trouble.
Right. So I was like, don't count on me.
Yeah.
Because I might not be here for you.
Yeah.
Because I done retired the boxing gloves.
I understand.
Remember?
I understand. Yeah.
So I didn't think that Shic that was square up was there anymore because I had utilized her. Right? And so I forgot about her. But it was like I saw myself in the movie Split. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it was talking about a man with a split personality, and he had all these. And I saw, instead of looking at him as personality, I saw them as layers of his personality. Right? He could be this, and then that, and then this. And so what I saw, it was that Shic that was ready to square up.
Yeah.
Was a layer of my personality that never, in fact, goes away. But I always had her on standby as somebody messed with one of my cubs.
Oh yeah, you was always ready to pop off.
But I didn't know that she could come out for anything other than that. So,
friend, now don't act like that, cause I always time out. Let me tell y'all something about Shic. Her pop off is a lot different than how it was when we was kids. But that pop off is still there.
And then my jersey came out.
It's a couple times that I had to pull her to the side, like, listen, we just gonna get up out of here. Because I hear it as plain as day. When I know she's about to rip, she just starts talking calmly. So you saying like you still rip? No, you do. Well, not now. But I'm gonna say over the past couple years. Because she starts talking calmly. And it's just like, She'll hit you with one of those first. You know the yeah. Okay. And then it goes from the friend. I think. And then it should just go into this whole scenario about what she sees in her head like she's Bruce Lee. She's like, I'm gonna fling this bitch over here to this side of the room. She plays the whole thing out, and I'm just like, yo, come on, time out. It's just time to go. It's just time to go, cause listen, I ain't got no bail money. Now this is one of them times.
Janelle.
Oh, check the things.
I've been trying to. That is the calm before the storm, Miss Maria. Yeah. That is the calm before the storm.
Yeah,
right.
She the calm and the storm at the same damn time. The hurricane is about to come through, and I just want to find the exit. But that's what I'm trying to.
I try to keep it together, okay?
I'm strategically finding the exit so that I can get us out of there. Because I know that once you start fighting, we're gonna have to get you out of there as soon as possible.
So what you're saying is that layer is still readily available.
Absolutely. It's just that you tailor it a lot. The triggers are different, but it's still there. Like all of us still got it in us if we gonna go there, but it's gonna be different triggers than what, like when we were kids, we used to get mad off of just dumb words because somebody would say something that's like, now I gotta fight you because you called me a name.
That girl called me a bitch.
I won't gonna go there.
Oh, okay.
But